Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of the Spartan Sports Zone. I'm Mike Bell, the Assistant Sports Information Director, here with Sports Information Assistant Chandrea Lee.
And we're here to get you all caught up on NSU athletics, including a big win for the women's basketball team on Monday. NSU snapped a 3-game losing streak on Monday with a 79-74 victory over Howard. Freshman Logan Powell paced the Spartans with a season-high 25 points. Two other Spartans finished in double figures for NSU. Junior Ray Corbo tallied 16 points, while senior Rachel Gordon added 12 points and 17 rebounds to post her 14th double-double of the season. Gordon now has 1,015 boards for her career and is #1 all-time at NSU in career rebounds. The Spartans also suffered a 63-51 loss at Coppin State on Saturday. Gordon was the only NSU player to score in double figures, finishing the game with 13 points and 7 rebounds.
The Spartan men needed to win out on the road over the weekend to keep up in the race for the top 3 spots in the MEAC. NSU did just that, downing Coppin State by a 73-68 score and then following that up with a 66-60 victory over Howard. Both opponents made a run at the end to cut the margin of victory to single digits, but NSU held on to move to 10-3 in the MEAC. Pendarvis Williams was one of 3 Spartans to score 15 against Coppin State, and he added 12 points against Howard. Williams also finished with 11 rebounds and 7 assists over the 2 games. Malcolm Hawkins returned from injury and netted 15 in the victory over Coppin State as well. Fellow senior Brandon Good had a double-double of 15 points and 11 rebounds, and nearly had another against the Bison with 8 points and 9 boards. A 4th senior, Riley May, led NSU with 14 points in the victory over Howard. It's now on to part 2 of the Battle of the Bay this Saturday at Hampton, where NSU will look to avenge an earlier loss this year at home. And Chandrea, a couple weeks ago at Eccles Hall, our front row seats gave us a glimpse of how the atmosphere is for this game, and it'll certainly be the same the second time around at Hampton's Convocation Center.
Yeah, Mike, I know both teams are eager to put the last games against the Pirates behind them for different reasons. The women, of course, lost by more than 30, and the men suffered that overtime loss as well.
Yes, it's certainly a good time for some redemption. And just as a reminder, check back at NSUSpartans.com later this week as we will once again present you with an alternative method to listen to the game if 91.1 FM is still out of commission.
The men's tennis team swept both Christopher Newport and North Carolina Central over the weekend, 7-0. The win against North Carolina Central was the first MEAC contest of the season for the men. The women's team also swept Christopher Newport 7-0, but fell to North Carolina Central 4-3. Both teams returned to action on Saturday at South Carolina State. The match will begin at 11 a.m. at the Bulldog Courts in Orangeburg, South Carolina. Coming up after the break, we'll find out how baseball and softball did at home. And did Rachel Gordon earn the top spot again in our top 3 performances? You're watching the Spartan Sports Zone, fueled by Gatorade.
The 2014 Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference Basketball Tournament, coming soon to Norfolk, the heart of the Virginia waterfront. 13 institutions will bring their A-game. All the tradition, all the excitement. Your favorite MEAC men's and women's teams, all competing under one roof at the Scope Arena in Norfolk, Virginia. The 2014 MEAC Basketball Tournament, March 10th through the 15th, where history is made. Get your tickets today.
Welcome back to the Spartan Sports Zone. Baseball and softball played their first home games of the season as they hosted a pair of tournaments last weekend. Both Spartan squads had their struggles though, and each finished 1-2 on the weekend. Baseball played a pair of extra inning games as part of the Spartan Classic, winning the first one by a 5-4 score over Quinnipiac on Saturday. Justin Burrell and Zach Marco each hit RBI singles in the 10th, and Marco scored the winning run after 2 straight errors on the Bobcats. The Spartans were not so fortunate in their other games, falling to Buffalo 7-1 on Friday and to Villanova 13-10 on Sunday, also in 10 innings. Softball got off to a solid start, posting a 3-1 win over Yale on Saturday in the 2014 Spartan Clash. Summer DeFulgo belted a solo home run, the first of the year for NSU. Morgan Boyd went 4-for-4 in the next game against Wagner, but the Seahawks scored 3 runs in the final 2 innings for a 6-4 win over the Spartans. NSU closed out the tournament with a 12-0 loss to LaSalle on Sunday. Both teams turn to this weekend as they will again be at home. Baseball welcomes Savannah State for a pair of doubleheaders on both Saturday and Sunday, and softball will play 5 games between Friday and Sunday as part of the 2014 Spartan Classic with Delaware Monmouth and UMBC.
It is now time to reveal our top 3 performances from the past week. Coming in at number 3 is senior outfielder Morgan Boyd. She went 4-for-4 against Wagner with 3 stolen bases. Boyd currently leads the team with a .500 batting average. Our number 2 performer is senior Pendarvis Williams. He tied for the team lead with 15 points against Coppin State to go with 5 rebounds and 5 assists. He also added 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists at Howard. And our top performer this week should be no surprise. It's senior forward Rachel Gordon. She broke the NSU career rebounding mark at Howard, finishing with 12 points and 17 rebounds in the team's big win. She also finished with 13 points and 7 boards at Coppin State. Congratulations to Boyd, Williams, and Gordon for being featured in our top 3 performances, fueled by Gatorade. And that will wrap up this week's edition of the Spartan Sports Zone. As always, we would like to thank the Department of Video and Media Productions and Chantel Copes for all their help. I'm Chandrea Lee.
And I'm Mike Bell. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.